Hi, welcome to this new video dedicated to the new DYS X160 the version V3. So there are just a few elements inside the box so already pre-built, and I will show in a few instants in the intermediate videos how, for example, to connect a CPPM connector. So it's pretty easy. Okay, so I will try to configure and install a FierceGuy clone receiver. This is the F801, so it's a little bit more strong and efficient than the real D402, but it's pretty cheap. So I will use in PPM mode. So I will use this cable from the receiver cable they provide. First thing, you will have to plug your bind plug like this. Okay, so in the signal section, so okay, and plug between the first and the third one, thanks to this cable. I will, okay, like this, and then be sure that to connect correctly, so be aware the signal of each channel is on the bottom. You can look at different other channels, so each of them it's on bottom. So look at your nomenclature. It means that you should connect your signal, your PPN, to your receiver like this. If I manage like this, so it's connected. Okay, and when it's done, you will have to bind. So I create on my demo modded with the DYS X and including the CC2500 RF chip. So I create a model name, and the more important, it's using the default FierceGuy. This is a D8 protocol, so compatible with this one. And you will need to have a small tweezer to press the bind plug here. Okay, so you have to hear a click like this. Okay, so the trick is to power your machine. Okay, while being pressed so don't connect it, just come them together like this. Then press the bind plug. You have to hear the click like this. Then try to connect your XT60 connector by sliding like this. Then go to the bind button here, and it should flash like this, should be bound. So to check that, turn on your radio, turn on again, and if it's okay, it should stay solid like this. So I will disconnect. Yes, okay, now the LED is green solid, so it's bound. Okay, so now you saw how to install this receiver. Let's compare the version V1 got some time ago, and to focus more on the main difference and advantages and pro and cons. So first of all, in terms of size, both are correctly 160mm quadcopter, so they are strictly identical. You have the same type of motors, both are some 1104 type, and both are spinning at 4000 kV, so pretty fast. The also very visible difference is the lens orientation. If you can have something like 10 degrees of positive angle for the first edition, now you have a more pitchy one, so more compatible with aggressive flight or FPV racing. Okay, so one of the main novelties introduced in the version V3 is the presence of landing gears. It's pretty cool in the sense that usually you will install bottom, thanks to the battery strap, your LiPo. Okay, so it's a good positive point for your takeoff or landing. What are other changes? They change some electronics. For example, on the upper plate, they add a noisy information displaying your horizontal line, for example, your battery voltage and different informations. The frame controlling board is also changed. Previously you had a CC3D board with some Cleanflight installed. Now you have a much faster board. This is a SP Racing F3 here, so directly of course compatible with Cleanflight, and I will show how to, for example, install a Betaflight on it. You will find the same type of video transmitter, exactly the same. So it's a 200 milliwatts model, okay, and you can select your thanks to this 5-position dip switch, your frequency band and frequency channel. The camera is strictly identical, so it's a 600 TBL, but we can have, for example, the different characteristics. So if I take for both, okay, so it's somewhere here for this, the version, where is it exactly? Okay, it's written here, sorry. So in terms of techniques, you have the same type of ESC, some 10 ampere. Okay, for both you have the same CMOS 1/3 size FPV camera with the same field of view of 160 degrees, same motors, I say, same video transmitter. Okay, and the main difference also, if they introduce an OSD, some landing gears, another board, it will be the also the visible is also the arms. As you can see now, the arm is have a double side. Okay, and the SC is more protected by this upper plate. So one stuff plus one stuff plus one stuff. Numerical, you have close to 33 grams more. I will give exact weight of the main difference. So it's a lot. I would say the original edition suffer a lot of drawbacks. First of all, in case of frontal shocks, your FPV camera will crash. Unfortunately, no big change for this new V3. But the main drawback, I would say, about the arms, not only it was pretty hard to do the maintenance, because you have to do for each arm 5 soldering jobs, okay? But for the version V1, it's known that very fast, with the vibration after a small crash, some vibration will perturbate the accelerometers and the 6-axis stabilization. The consequence will be a right drift effect observed in most of the version V1. Maybe to solve this problem would be to introduce some dampening ball on the flying controlling board, and it's the case for the version V3. You can see that it's installed on the moving and some foam and caoutchouc rubber part, so it's pretty cool to at least to limit the vibration transmitted by the arm. Not only they are more stronger, so vibration will be less transmitted, and the flying control board is also a little bit isolated from this. So these two systems will increase the stability and reduce completely the drift effect. So if you have the version V1, maybe you can install this kind of dampening ball to solve maybe this drift effect, but it's not completely sure. Why I think it's still not perfect. The frontal camera is still unprotected. That's not pretty cool. And for such size, I think it's very important to include a buzzer, and it's not yet included. The other maybe drawbacks is they are still using this kind of combo 2.4 5.8 GHz FPV camera. It's not a very good one in my point of view, so you should install a real clover leaf antenna and keep this kind of strange mixed antenna system. By the way, with 33 gram more, this one take a lot of weight, and it's kind of obesity for this one. It was not a super punchy machine with the original motors, but now it's worse. So I strongly advise to install not a maximum of 850 milliamps per hour LiPo battery. Such kind of Turnigy nanotech model are pretty good, but not more than such size, because it will be very hard to have to keep agility with this model. So To resume, they improve a lot of points to limit the vibrations, transmitted vibrations, the encode and noisy information. It's like a bother. For me, it's a real shame that they didn't include them, but I think it could be installed very easily. The FPV part is pretty good. Okay, it's the same as camera, but you could install maybe a CC3D, okay, but maybe in the version V4, I guess. And the motor now with this 33 grams more are a little bit not weak, but a little bit under power, okay? So it will draw more on your battery and it will limit the flying duration time for sure. So well, in fact, the original design from the change improved a lot of stuff, but I'm not sure it's the best design you have to choose for an FPV racer. It's absolutely not a bad flyer. It's a nice cruiser, etc. What about the crash resistance? Things are better. The landing gears should be okay for absorb moderate crash. The arms too, but the same problem, if you break one, you will have to do the same 5 soldering jobs, and you will have to remove the bottom plate to access it to this solder job, solder points to do. So it's the same problem, but at least the arms now sounds pretty solid. So everything is in carbon, that's pretty good. So for example, it's not completely true, but I can give the thickness now of the to the upper plate. It's 2 millimeters for the second upper, and maybe the inner is a little bit weaker. So you have 2 plus 2 millimeters arm, so close to 4 millimeters, and it sounds pretty solid now. Okay, so I'm more confident about the crash resistance. This one, the arm not are very breakable, but all the circuit on top on the ESC, because they installed the ESC, was more sensitive. Okay, so I had this not unboxing but quick analysis of the new version V3 of the DYS X160. So expect now some flying demo, and check also my Cleanflight and Betaflight installation in the sequel, in the continuation of this video. Thank you. you.